DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, I hope you are all well. Today is the 1st of November. Let me see if I can just move that a little bit. I'm on the tripod. Okay. 1st of November. Over here in Switzerland, if you live in the Catholic part, so there's different, there's a Catholic and Protestant parts. If you live in the Catholic part, today is All Souls Day. So we actually have a day off from work. Yeah, really cool, isn't it? I mean, you don't have to be Catholic to have the day off. You just have to live in that part. Well, as is often been the case this week, Mrs. DC is working. Yes, she's had a big work week, a big one. She normally works 60%, so that would count like 3 working days a week. But that's spread out over the month. So this week, actually, she was working more than that. So, yeah, but she's off then for close to a week after that. So, well, actually a whole week, yes. And we will be taking some time off. I'm going to take 2 days off, Monday and Tuesday next week. We'll see what we'll be doing. I thought at first today I was going to go geocaching, and then it was raining. And then I got a subtle hint that maybe I could do some cleaning around the house instead of running off geocaching. So you know the way it is. So of course, being the good husband that I am, I stayed home and we did some cleaning. Now the rain has stopped. I don't know if it's going to come back or not. I mean, it's really gray. It's an autumn day. As often the case when I go over the newspapers, it's part of my job basically. I go over I was going to say the newspapers, usually checking the science, but you can't help but seeing other things. And there was an article in the New York Times which was on the friendship. So how to be a better friend. It was in this section called the Smarter Living Guides. Now, you couldn't print it out. The New York Times has become, very anti-paper with time, I guess. Anyway, whatever. I mean, so, and I did print it out, but it came out a whole bunch of pages and so on. But there were a few things that were kind of fun, to read, like how to be a better friend. Like, there was these guides, like how to resolve conflicts with your friends and how to. But there were a few things like even how to argue with your friends. What would be a acceptable practice? I guess it's, to agree to disagree and things like that. But then there were other sections which I want to get to. Well, one was like really listen. Yeah, I think that's pretty much of a given. Listen to answers. Repeat what you hear. I know that sometimes people don't like that, actually, if you repeat what they said, but, it looks like sometimes, I guess, the question of repeating what you hear is a question of being certain that you heard the right thing. But I guess I would say it depends on what type of conversation. If you just repeat as just as a sounding board, that can be probably a bit annoying. At least I know some people do find that annoying. What are you feeling and things like that. You got to reveal yourself if you're going to be a good friend, things like that. And there's little things that came out like nurture your active friendships. Now, active friendships, we'll see there's things that they call the active and the passive friendships, but the active friendships are the ones you're really closer to, and really to say to nurture them, to really give them time, finding time for friends. They're saying schedule friend dates, which is something I try to do actually with friends around here. Then a few minutes. I actually try to do that with more than people. I mean, if possible, we'll have friend dates. It could be a Skype at one point or another. You need times, minutes. And they say a few minutes go a long way. Consistency matters more than frequency. I know that I have some friends that when we go out, I mean, it's not only for a drink, but it's really to have a chat. They say exercise with friends. I don't know. I like to do those things on my own, taking classes and so on. But then they're talking about small gestures, which is kind of good, like texting a photo. that's always good. I think so. Bringing home treats from travel, well, I guess that depends how close your friends actually physically live. Sharing news articles, that's what I'm doing with you guys. I'm sharing news articles. And feed your friends. That's a good one. Yeah, I think I've done that a lot. There's a danger to that, actually. When you just feed your friends something, you realize they don't feed you back. But that's another thing. And show up for milestones. So, remember birthdays if you can, or anniversaries. It means having a little notebook, probably. Share a song. That's kind of amusing. I mean, there was a period, remember, on YouTube, we used to do a lot of sharing songs. And, that's the thing that actually happens when I'm thinking about YouTube friends, is that a lot of us have stopped nurturing, actually, those friendships. And basically, people moved along. They went to Facebook and so on. And that's where you see there's this thing about the active versus the passive friends. And they were saying, what is a passive friend? And they were talking about strengthening your weak ties, and the weak was in inverted commas, because it could be things like, you're going to the store and it's always the same person at the cash, or you're having coffee somewhere and sometimes it's just a little chat, or you're walking along and somebody you see regularly has a dog, or walking their children or something, just a few words and so on, and it just kind of like helps you feel well, removes often the stress levels at different levels and so on. And it doesn't have to be something that's really long. And I guess one would have to say it's a little bit different than trying to just make, if you're in a cocktail or something where you have to make small talk. This is slightly different, I guess. Just hello, how are you? Kids look good, and so on. And you just basically walk along, But like they were saying, is that realize that these are passive friends, people that you see every now and then. You don't have to automatically work to make that into a real full-blown friendship. That's not what it is. And I think that was one of the things, is that when people work too hard at making everybody your friend, you're getting into, we could say, you're getting into that space. You might end up being into that private space where people don't want you to come into. Now, I like this one. They say the things that friends bring to you. Friends bring health benefits. So they're not saying friends with benefits. That's something else, I guess. So friends bring health benefits. Actually, very often there's a lot of studies that show that if you have friends, it'll be good for your health. But there's also, it goes even further than that. It's logistic support as well. And what is it? Association, less stress, positive peer pressure. I guess that's one thing. If you're with friends, it helps you if you're an anxious person, for example, things like that. And friends make aging easier. I guess that could be true. What else is on this little list? Different health benefits that we talked about. So benefits of friendship. Well, friends share the load. I think that's kind of like one of the things. Anyway, I was going over this, and there was a lot of nice little pictures as well in the article. So that was in the New York Times probably 2 days ago, and I found it quite interesting. It's an interesting read. I mean, some of these articles are really light, but this one was just kind of fun. It's not like a big scientific thing, and actually often when you read these things you say, oh, that makes sense, I knew that. But sometimes between I knew that and, well, let's do it, there's a difference, I guess. I was laughing. I was watching a few videos, and there's a lot of people when they start their vlogs. When you look at the online on YouTube, say, "What's up? What's up, friends? What's up, guys? What's up, peeps?" and so on. And so there's a lot of jokes. I mean, basically, when you see comedy sketches about YouTube people, it's always like, "What's up?" And I thought, like, okay, so if they were going to make a comedy of DC, they'd say, "DC here, hi guys and gals." Well, okay. I mean, I guess I've just chatted enough. I wanted to spend a bit of time with friends, and that'll be all. That'll be DC signing off. Hope that you had a good Halloween. Halloween here was not much. Was nothing, actually. But I got some really nice pictures from the grandkids. They dressed them up for Halloween, even though, I mean, nothing was going on. before long, I think in the years coming, we'll probably have to arrange that they will have their own Halloween and come over to the grandparents. You know, they're still slightly young, but maybe next year already would be a good thing to make a, you know, so that they can actually go somewhere when they're dressed up, because there is no Halloween celebrations here, really. So yeah, that's about it. Even though you can find costumes and stuff like that for the babies. Okay, I'm really gonna stop here. So DC, it'll be DC signing off. Take care, everybody, and have a good Friday. Bye.